What is up, Team Tech Venture fam? Now, this has been a crazy year for Apple, and sure, they introduced an old school design to a new school lineup of iPhones, but the biggest thing coming out of this California-based company this year has been their transition from Intel-based chips in their new Mac lineup to their own in-house silicon. Now, why is this such a big deal, and what does it mean for the future? I'm gonna cover that real quick, and I'm gonna try to explain it as simply as possible, so stick around. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up, because you're awesome. Okay, so if you look back at the evolution of the MacBook lineup, and I'm gonna put a great article down in the description below if you wanna dig deeper into that, but dating all the way back to 1991, you can see that Apple used several different manufacturers for their processors, from Motorola, PowerPC, and then of course Intel. But then you look at their mobile products such as the iPhone and the iPad, and even down to the Apple Watches and AirPods, and those devices have all been running their in-house Apple designed chips since, I believe, the iPhone 4. You might wonder what the big deal is for Apple to outsource some of its hardware with the MacBook lineup. After all, we've been living with Intel chips in our MacBooks for quite a while now, and they work great, right? Well, here's the deal. Great isn't good enough. When you look at the cohesive experience between iOS devices in terms of app compatibility and how everything just talks together, and you see how efficient Apple Silicon runs on these mobile devices, then you realize, hey, maybe this is the reason why Apple is going this direction with their Mac lineup. And we've seen it time and time again. If Apple has control over the hardware and the software, they can do great things in terms of battery life, performance, and overall experience. But it's not all good news either. There's going to be some huge trade-offs and roadblocks during this transition. This is uncharted territory for Apple, as these in-house chips that the company calls M1 will be pushed to their limits in their Mac lineup. In fact, I was reading somewhere that ARM chips have only been used in a handful of ultralight laptops. So putting this in a MacBook Pro or a Mac desktop, machines that are designed to demand the utmost power and performance, well, that's gonna be a challenge. But it's not a challenge that Apple can't overcome. In fact, at the time of this filming, there have been reviews that have been trickling out about the new Macs and people who have actually tested them. And they're overall positive reviews, and people are saying that they are powerful machines. And I'm not going to get into the semantics of whether it's more powerful than Intel or AMD or any of that stuff. That's not what this video is about. This video is meant to simply inform you about Apple's M1 silicon and just have a discussion with you guys and be excited about the future of what this chip means for all Apple products down the road and the industry as a whole. Competition is always good. I mean, just based on initial reviews, you can already see how efficient this chip is and how they've been able to double battery life, for example, without even having to change the battery technology itself. That is insane. Back to the not so great things, you look at developers and the challenges they're gonna face to transition their applications over to ARM-based Macs. How long is that gonna take? I don't know, and I don't have the answer to these questions. And if you're thinking of picking up the latest MacBook Pro, Air, or Mac Mini with the new M1 chip, just know this is Apple's first generation of in-house silicon, and if you're not someone who likes to beta test something out of the gate, you should probably hold off for a year or two. But if you're excited to just jump in and want to try the latest and greatest from Apple, by all means, you do you. And it's not to say that you can't run old Intel-based apps on these MacBooks. With Apple's emulation platform dubbed Rosetta 2, you can run these programs, but it might not perform as well as it would if it was natively coded. This is their workaround until developers get caught up, and who's to say when that'll be? Some people have also questioned the openness of Mac and if this will give ammunition for Apple to further build up that walled garden. But I've noticed that they've slowly opened up a lot of things recently to encourage more openness and collaboration. So I can't tell you if they'll revert back to their old ways. Who's to say? But hey, speaking of openness, this is a discussion, and I'm sure a lot of you watching this might have varying opinions or knowledge that you can impart to our Team Tech Venture community. So I say, go nuts in the comments down below. And I really look forward to hearing what you guys think about this whole new transition. Are you guys liking it? Are you hating it? Are you gonna get the new Macs with the M1 chip? I'd love to know below. And guess what, folks? I know you're amazing, and each one of your opinions matter. So don't forget to hit that thumbs up and that subscribe button down below so we can build this community and we can learn from each other. Like always, it's been a pleasure. Don't forget, when it comes to tech, the Tech Vengers are there. We got your back.